Hello there and welcome. Welcome to how to deal with people who say no to you. They say no to your offers, they say no to your solutions, they say no to your services. My name is Peter Beckenham and today I want to share a few home truths with you to help you overcome this thing called objections. This is probably what you hear them say. I can't afford it. I don't have the time. Or I have to talk to my spouse or my partner. Now, I'm not saying they're lying to you, but that's actually what you hear them say, right? And they probably believe what they're telling you. Or, I need to think about it. Or even worse, I don't need it, which means I haven't bought you at all, right? These are the things you often hear in terms of objections. But what they're really saying is, one, they don't know, like, or trust you. We all know the saying that we buy from people we know, like, and trust, right? But how do you go from completely unknown to somebody to irresistible in, say, less than an hour when you're having a meeting and a conversation with someone? I mean, is that really possible? Let me tell you, it is. It definitely is possible. You can create rapport. You can create the know, like, and trust factors where your prospects will definitely listen to you and heed your advice. Don't forget that well-known saying, no one cares what you know until they know that you care, right? So here's 3 tips that you can use to create the know, like, and trust factor in your conversations with people. Firstly, have your potential client, your prospect, pre-sold. How do you do that? Well, you do it by sending clients materials about you before you meet with them. And that allows them in some way to connect with you, right? I mean, you can send them a very personable bio or even a video. I've often done that. I often send people videos before you even meet with them. This is less about your accomplishments and more about the connection and what you have done for other people. Don't send something out just bragging about yourself, right? That's a waste of time. If you can't do it in a video format, it doesn't matter. Do it in a written format. But at least share this with your potential customers before you even meet with them. And you can even send them testimonials that illustrate the results you've got for other people. And you can send them perhaps articles or blog posts you've done, anything like that, right? The whole idea is to simply get them to know you, and in so doing, you're starting to build the know, like, and trust factor. By sending a series of communications to them, it nurtures them to feel safe and secure with your expertise. And it has them feeling like they're beginning to know you, right? And that's really what it's all about. So ideally, have something prepared for every potential customer you have, all right? And you can send them out on an automatic basis. I can tell you, pre-selling your prospects before you even meet them is a really good way to overcome this problem about the know, like, and trust. Next, have your potential prospect, your customer, fill out a questionnaire before you even meet with them. I mean, I know it's ironic that having someone answer your questions before you even talk to them has the potential of creating a know, like, and trust factor. But think about it. The better your questions, the more they are designed to have your potential customer open up and be authentic and be vulnerable. And the more connections you are building before you even say a word to your potential client, the better your know, like, and trust factors will be. You don't have to have magical skills at creating questionnaires. Just ask questions of people that provoke their thinking. Not only does it build a know, like, and trust factor between you and your potential customer, but it also builds your credibility with that same person because they can see that you're truly interested in trying to help them. And another way to help build the know, like, and trust factor is to listen more than you talk. In any conversations you're having with them, you should want to listen much more than you talk. Be curious, for sure. Be interested, not interesting, right? Ask questions. Be present and genuinely interested in what your potential customer has to say. Dig deep and find out what they really, really want. And do this before you offer anything. Don't fall for that old sales trap of spending all the time talking, trying to convince people. It doesn't work anymore, okay? The potential client feels like they're listening to a sales pitch because that's exactly what it is, right? If your potential client spends most of the time talking, they will learn a lot about themselves and what they want. And this will be a very important factor for them. And it's also great value you're bringing to them by doing that. I mean, people have so few opportunities in life to really open up and feel seen and heard about what's so important to them. So by asking questions and listening to them, you are giving them a fantastic opportunity to know more about themselves, and not only that, to clarify to themselves what's important to them. So when you give them the opportunity, it's something they will value very much indeed, and it'll build your credibility and authenticity and authority at the same time. Let me share with you, when you use these 3 tips I've just given you, you'll create a real connection with your potential customer, and it will help you create the know, like and trust factor, that's for sure. And it'll also transform one of the biggest objections you'll ever have in working with you before they even meet you. Now, a second real reason why people say no to you is because they don't believe that your service will actually be able to help them. That's the fact of the matter. Even if they feel like they know, like and trust you, it doesn't mean that they automatically believe that your service is going to help them. And that's a prerequisite for them taking you on and using your offers, your services, or your proposals, right? This happens many, many times. It's all part of people's thinking, hey, will this really work for me? I mean, no one will ever tell you that, because that's what's happening inside them, okay? It's probably unconscious to them, but it's real. You can also feel the energy of it during the conversation. When they start thinking, oh, I'm not sure whether it's going to work for me, it's a real objection. It truly is a real objection. They're not going to tell you, as I said before, but you've got to uncover that, okay? So here's 2 secrets to help you create confidence that your services will work for them and address this hidden objection. The first is to give a specific example of other people similar to them that you've helped and the results you've got with them. Then your potential customer can see the possibility for themselves, right? Okay, maybe this can work for me too. That's going to be their subconscious thinking. Say something like, I remember working with someone that reminds me of you, and she was in a very similar situation. And then go on to describe the bottom line results that you got for that particular customer. And by the way, when you're sharing that particular story of another client and you can show them exactly what you did for that particular person, that's sort of like a teaching tool, right? And that will really give your potential client even more faith in you. Another secret to helping your client create belief in your ability to help them is really the most important thing you can do for your potential customer to trust that you can help them is to outline a pathway between where they are now and where they told you you want to go. Right? What is their desired destination? Where are they right now? And show them, give them a rough outline. It hasn't got to be perfect, just a rough outline of how you can take them from where they are now to where they want to go. Nothing special, but just a rough plan. But the more confidence you have when outlining this plan, the easier it will be for your potential customer to trust you that you can truly help them execute this and get them where they want to go. And you better be aware that some people won't hire you at all until you actually outline a plan that shows them how you're going to get the results for them, right? That's a tough call, but you need to be aware of that as well, okay? Another real reason why people are saying no to you is because they're not committed enough to getting what they want. I mean, you may have them in a conversation with you and they are interested in what you do and they believe in you and they love the results you got for other people, but it's not enough. There are a lot of things that people are interested in, but they only invest into things that they are fully committed to getting, or at least seriously want to be committed to. And your prospect may not be committed. I mean, it can be difficult for many people to commit to what they really want because of fears, of self-doubt, or maybe even just change itself. People really are scared of change, right? This is normal because taking on your services or your proposal is going to get them out of their comfort zone. Not only in terms of what you're asking them to do to achieve where they want to go, but actually paying for it could be getting them out of their comfort zone. So if you are aware of that, the number one imperative for you, your number one intention should be to help the potential customers to commit to what they want. Right? Did you hear that? You help them, not sell them. Let me tell you, if your number one intention during your conversation is to get a customer, I can tell you, you will probably fail most of the time. But if your intention is to secure a commitment, you automatically improve your chances of getting a yes to your offer, to your proposal. I mean, think about it. When your potential customers get crystal clear with you on what they want and they're committed to really making that journey to get there, what's going to happen? They get excited, right? You've got them thinking you've got them excited, and they're raring to go on their path towards what they want. When they're in this state, I can tell you it's a lot easier for them to step up and say yes to you for getting your help, rather than being stopped by some sort of fears and concerns. So my strongest advice is to always help people help themselves. If they are unsure about their committed level, help them see the gap between where they are now and where they want to go. Once they can see that gap and you show them how you can close that gap, right, I can tell you that's when the excitement will start to build. And that's because they are then committed and believing that, oh, this can really happen. That's when the excitement happens, all right? So that leads me to the fourth reason why people say no to you, and it is because they just don't believe in themselves enough. Now, the last reason I shared with you why they say no is because they don't believe they can do it, right? Well, think of it this way. If a person you're speaking to says, I don't have the money, what I find most of the time is that they do have the money, okay, or they can get hold of the money. Money's not the real objection. The real objection is their fear that they can't do it. The fear that they can't change. It's the fear of failure, the fear of change itself. I mean, they might fail or look bad. Well, they don't believe in themselves, right? But they aren't even aware of this, okay? So make sure you understand that. I mean, very few people are going to know what's going on inside them enough to tell you that they're not signing up for your services because they don't believe in themselves. I've never had anyone tell me that, right? Instead, they'll give you one of the 5 reasons I mentioned before, like no need, no money, no time, whatever it is, okay? Off the top of their head. The potential customer's lack of belief in themselves is one of the biggest reasons why people don't take your services. Yet this is not something that is usually addressed in conversations between people who are offering services like you and their potential customers. Because it doesn't come up because people don't raise this issue. That's right. I mean, your potential customers may not even know this is even happening for them. So if you know it's a possibility, you are halfway through solving this particular problem. Let me tell you, once you get pretty good at the conversation and engagement process with your prospects, this becomes the only reason left why people say no. It's got nothing to do with the money at all. It's everything to do with self-belief. I mean, let's say someone knows, likes and trusts you. You've built rapport with them, right? They think your service is the perfect solution to their situation. They're committed to getting what they want. They know where they want to get to. Their desired destination is really real for them. But if they've got a lack of belief, this can be a daunting reason for stopping them dead in their tracks. Even though they want it so much, it's going to stop them from getting it, stop them from going for it. So your job during your engagement with them is to inspire them enough to begin to believe in themselves just a little bit more. Expand their vision. Give them the confidence that they can do this. I mean, the more you believe in them, the more you acknowledge them, the more you demonstrate your expertise with them, the better they will feel, the more confident they will feel. The more genuinely that you care that they will achieve the results and the dreams that you came for, they can see your genuine interest, it'll help them with their self-belief. And the more you take a stand for them, getting what they want and choosing their vision over their fears, the more likely you are that they will finally get the guts to believe in themselves and make a decision to accept your solution, to take your offer. And the real beauty of this is that when you follow these suggestions I've just given you, you are being of the highest possible service to your prospective customers. They will truly value you, and I can tell you it's probably something they've never experienced before. So I can't stress enough the importance of doing this. Okay? This is your most important task when you're with a prospective customer. If you can help your potential customers to create belief in themselves, that is an absolutely awesome service you're giving to people. I can't stress it enough, right? So there you are. There's the top 4 reasons why your clients don't wind up taking your opportunities, taking your offers or proposals, why they say no to you. The real reasons why they say no. I mean, it's important to handle these hidden objections because your potential clients may not even know that they're there. They may not even know. They're telling you what they think is the truth, but it's not the real reason. And if they're hidden objections, then instead they'll simply tell you the easiest and most convenient thing so they can move on from the conversation. Okay? I don't have the money, I don't have the time, or whatever it is, okay? And if you believe their story, then you may be helping them stay stuck where they are. So you're doing them an absolute disservice, all right? So the better you are at unearthing the real objections and concerns, the more your clients can have the transformational right during your conversation. And the more your potential customers will say yes to you with gratitude and appreciation for the services and the value you've just given them. All right? I hope you found that helpful because it's extremely important. Now, if you want to connect with me, by all means do so. There on the screen you can see my Skype details, my email and my website. If you need help in any way at all with your sales, let me know. I'm more than happy to share with you in any way that I can. Thank you once again for listening. I wish you all the success in the world with your business. Remember, it's not just selling, it's about helping people discover what they need, helping people realize what's important to them. If you can do that, that is a fantastic service you've got, and you should be paid a fortune for doing it. All the best. See you next time. Bye for now.